Every single year, humanity spends $2.7 trillion preparing to kill each other, and roughly $7 billion to $8 billion on publicly funded cancer research. Let that gap sink in for a moment. Because right now, cancer is killing nearly 10 million people a year, and we're spending 340 times more getting ready for war than funding the science that could stop it. Here's what history tells us about humanity at its best. When we decide something matters, we move with terrifying speed. The Manhattan Project built the atomic bomb from scratch in under 4 years. The Apollo program landed humans on the moon in 8 years from a standing start. When COVID-19 struck, governments unlocked billions overnight, and mRNA vaccines were developed, tested, and deployed in under 12 months, the fastest vaccine development in human history. These weren't miracles. They were choices. Choices backed by money, urgency, and global coordination. So here's the uncomfortable question this video asks. What if we made that same choice for cancer? Now, before the comments explode, this video is not claiming money magically cures cancer. Cancer is not one disease. It is over 200 diseases, different mutations, different tissues, different biological behaviors. Some cancers are already highly treatable. Certain leukemias, testicular cancer, and early-stage skin cancers now carry survival rates that would have seemed impossible 30 years ago. Others, pancreatic cancer, glioblastoma, metastatic lung cancer, remain devastatingly hard. But here's what massive funding does accelerate. AI-powered drug discovery that screens millions of compounds in days. Genomic databases that map how every cancer mutates. Early detection tools that catch cancer before symptoms appear. Clinical trials running simultaneously across dozens of countries, attracting the world's brightest scientific minds to the problem. Consider this: the entire global public and philanthropic cancer research budget. Every government, every charity, every university, totaled just $51.4 billion over 8 full years, from 2016 to 2023. That is according to a 2025 study published in The Lancet Oncology. The United States alone spent $997 billion on its military in 2024 alone. In science, money doesn't guarantee breakthroughs, but lack of money almost guarantees slower progress. And here is the truly mind-bending part. Human civilization mobilizes faster against human enemies than against biological ones. One nation thousands of miles away can trigger emergency defense budgets overnight. But a disease killing one person every 3 seconds becomes normal, routine, background noise. According to the WHO and the American Cancer Society, nearly 20 million new cancer diagnoses occur every year. By 2050, that number is projected to hit 35 million. 1 in 5 people on Earth will develop cancer in their lifetime. And yet, we have never once in history declared a global wartime emergency against it. We have never deployed the full arsenal of human ingenuity, coordination, and funding against this enemy inside us. Why? Because cancer doesn't wear a uniform. It doesn't have a flag. It doesn't threaten borders. And our civilizational threat detection system, built over thousands of years of tribal warfare, was never wired to fear a microscopic mutation the way it fears another tribe. To be fair, critics raise real points. Military research has given us the internet, GPS, satellite imaging, and advanced trauma medicine that saves civilian lives every day. And yes, nations have real security threats. Militaries exist for legitimate reasons. This video is not calling for dismantling every army tomorrow. It's a thought experiment about priority and what our priorities reveal about us. Because here's what the numbers actually show. If the world redirected just 3% of global military spending to cancer research, it would more than double the entire planet's current cancer research budget overnight. Not abolish militaries. Not in defense. Just 3%. That is not a radical idea. That is a rounding error on a defense budget. Maybe the scariest possibility is this. Cancer is not unbeatable. We just haven't decided to beat it. And when you look at a child losing a parent to pancreatic cancer, or a 40-year-old facing stage 4 and running out of options, and then you look at the $2.7 trillion we collectively spent this year preparing to fight each other, the question stops being scientific. It becomes moral. We have always had the resources. The question is whether we'll ever have the will. That's a heavy realization to sit with. Don't just scroll away. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're decoding the hidden systems that run our world every single week, so hit subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.